All right, imagine this. Saturday night, you open Instagram and boom. Group selfies, loud laughs, besties forever. Be honest, does it sting a little? Society keeps feeding you the same idea. More friends means more success, more status, more happiness. Now look at your own night. You're alone. Your phone hasn't buzzed in days. And strangely, you're okay with that. But the moment you say, I don't really have a friend group, people start labeling you weird, lonely, socially broken. But here's the truth most people aren't ready to hear. For some people, solitude isn't failure. It's an upgrade. Let's break the illusion. First, why does being alone sometimes feel painful? Go back 200,000 years. Humans were weak. No claws, no speed, no protection. Survival depended on one thing, the tribe. If you were alone, you died. So your brain built a system. Today, when you feel rejected or isolated, your brain reacts the same way it does to physical pain. To your biology, being alone equals danger. That's why most people chase groups, not for fun, but for survival. So when they see you alone and calm, it confuses them, because in their system, that shouldn't be possible. But here's where things get interesting. Not all brains are wired the same. Most people run on dopamine, the chemical of excitement. Crowds, noise, attention, that's their fuel. But you're different. Your brain is more sensitive to it. Too much social stimulation doesn't excite you, it drains you. That's why after socializing, you feel exhausted, like a social hangover. Instead, your brain prefers something else: calm, focus, depth. While others need noise to feel alive, you feel alive in silence, reading, thinking, being alone. You're not missing out. You're just running on a different system. Now let's be honest about something else. Friendship is expensive. Not money, energy. You have to listen, react, remember, perform, and sometimes act. Fake laughs, forced interest, nodding when you don't care. Most people burn energy maintaining shallow connections. But people with few friends think differently. They ask one question: is this worth my energy? If the answer is no, they walk away. Instead of spreading themselves thin, they invest deeply into skills, into thinking, into themselves. That's not failure, that's focus. Now here's where everything flips. Most people build their identity through others. If people laugh, they feel funny. If people approve, they feel valuable. They depend on external validation. But when you're alone, there's no audience. So you're forced to build yourself internally. You learn to think alone, decide alone, face yourself. And that creates something rare: independence. You don't need approval. You don't need permission. That's a level of freedom most people never reach. But don't romanticize this too quickly. Here's the hard question: is your solitude a choice or a defense? Because for some people, it's not preference, it's protection. Maybe you were hurt, betrayed, rejected. So your brain created a rule: people equal pain. Now you stay alone to stay safe. That's not strength, that's avoidance. Real power is choosing solitude, not hiding in it. Now one last truth people get completely wrong. They think loners are cold. Reality? They feel more than everyone else. You pick up tension, fake energy, hidden emotions. While others enjoy the room, your brain is processing everything. It overloads you. That's why you step back. Not because you don't care, but because you feel too much. And finally, look at history. The people who changed the world weren't always surrounded by crowds. They spent time alone, thinking, creating, building. Because solitude creates something noise never can: depth. When you're alone, your mind finally has space. But if your life is constant noise, scrolling, talking, reacting, there's no room left to think. And no thinking means no originality. So here's the reality. There's a difference between loneliness and solitude. Loneliness is pain. Solitude is power. Most people are afraid of being alone. You're learning how to stand without needing anyone. While they chase connection, you build yourself. So if no one calls you this weekend, stop assuming something is wrong. You're not behind. You're just playing a completely different game.